Sign 1. They respond to withdrawal with genuine understanding instead of pursuit. When the avoidant withdraws expecting anxiety or pursuit, the super empath responds with calm understanding and continues their own life without emotional disruption. This response dismantles the avoidant's ego because it removes their sense of power and importance. They realize that withdrawal doesn't create the expected emotional chaos, making them question whether they are as significant or emotionally impactful as they believed. The super empath's emotional stability during the absence feels threatening to their need to feel irreplaceable. Sign 2. They see through defensive strategies without trying to fix them. The super empath recognizes the avoidant's defensive behaviors as protection rather than personality traits, but they don't try to heal or change them. This recognition without rescue attempts destroys the avoidant's ego because it reveals their transparency while refusing to validate their victim narrative. The avoidant realizes their sophisticated defenses aren't actually mysterious or effective, and that someone can see their true self without being impressed by their emotional complexity or trying to save them from themselves. Sign 3. They maintain higher standards while showing unconditional acceptance. The super empath accepts the avoidant's limitations without lowering their own standards or needs. They demonstrate that understanding someone's psychology doesn't mean accepting poor treatment. This combination destroys the avoidant's ego because they can't manipulate through emotional wounds or use their attachment issues as excuses for harmful behavior. The super empath's refusal to compromise their worth while still showing care creates cognitive dissonance that challenges the avoidant's entire relational framework. Sign 4. They remain emotionally unaffected by hot and cold behavior. When the avoidant alternates between connection and distance, the super empath maintains the same warm but independent energy regardless of the avoidant's emotional temperature. This consistency destroys the avoidant's ego because it removes the ability to control their partner's emotional state through their availability. They lose the sense of power when their hot and cold patterns fail to create the expected emotional reactions, making them feel ordinary rather than mysteriously compelling. Sign 5. They demonstrate superior emotional intelligence without making it about the avoidant. The super empath displays emotional sophistication that matches or exceeds the avoidance while focusing on their own growth rather than analyzing the avoidance psychology. This destroys the avoidant's ego because they can no longer feel intellectually superior or emotionally evolved. They encounter someone whose emotional intelligence is directed inward rather than spent trying to figure them out, making them realize they're not the fascinating psychological puzzle they believed themselves to be. These signs indicate the super empath is unconsciously dismantling the avoidant's ego structure through their natural responses rather than deliberate strategy, creating psychological pressure that forces the avoidant to confront the patterns without the usual defensive escape routes.